when a person's mental health is in a good condition, they can adapt better, manage their time, set goals, and actually do things that give life its meaning.
WHO, more than 1 billion people are suffering from mental illness.
What makes it important more than ever is the academic pressure, screens, and the stress.
Alright, friends, will you please lend your ears for the next few moments? Yes. So, today we have been asked to discuss the topic mental health. So, for that, I would like to take the initiative for the smooth conduction of today's discussion. Do you all agree with me?
Mental health is something we all go through in our daily life. It is our ability to manage our emotions, stress, relationships, and daily life challenges. What makes it important more than ever is the academic pressure, screens, and the stress. Nowadays, we students are maturing sooner than expected due to the constant online exposure and the comparison culture in our society. If you're going to persist in sadness, anxiety, or stress, talk to an interested adult or a professional. That's all from my side.
Thank you so much, Ms. Divyanshi, for enlightening us with your knowledge. Now, Ms. Anvesha, are you ready to bring the light to the topic?
Thank you, Divyanshi, for your words. But I would like to add my views on this topic. Good morning, everyone. I am Anvesha from grade 11A. Today, I am going to talk about mental health. What is mental health? Mental health is a person's emotional, psychological, and social well-being. A real-life example is Virat Kohli. He has openly talked about what is mental exhaustion and how taking a break helped him recover. So, this shows that even successful people need to take care of their mental health.
Anvesha, for your knowledge, rightly said, in today's time, educational or career pressure is a major challenge that we all face. As we have seen in the past, the CGP test is also one of the greatest examples of such career pressure, in which we saw thousands and hundreds of students were there to protest for their rights and career. Moving on next, I would like to request Mr. Aditya to express his perspectives next.
So, when we are talking about mental health, we are talking about how we think, how we feel, how we react, how we manage our emotions. It does not refer to having an illness or not. Rather, it's about having a balance in life. Being able to bounce back after setbacks, able to question reality and manage stress is all in mental health. So, when a person's mental health is in a good condition, they can adapt better, manage their time, set goals, and actually do things that give life its meaning. On the other hand, when a person's mental health is not in a good condition, that just doesn't mean that they're weak. That could mean that the pressure is just too high for them or a proper care is missing. So, being able to take a step for your better is noticing your own needs rather than being a sign of weakness. So, I would like to conclude my speech with that. Mental health is a very important aspect of our life and we should take care of it. Otherwise, it can sincerely lead to bad consequences. Thank you. That was all from my side.
As he rightly said, in today's time, we all consume social media. But what we forget during our consumption is that on social media, we only see what people decide to show us, not the actual picture. So that affects our judgment as well as our mental health. So this brings one of the major concerns of careful social media consumption in our cycle. Okay. Next, I would like to request Ms. Anshika to take the discussion forward.
Thank you, Ms. Vani. Now, I am highly impressed with what my co-participant has said. Now, I would like to add on my thoughts on this topic. Mental health is our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It's our ability to take care of our feelings, make good decisions, as well as knowing the purpose of your life and maintaining good relationships. I think maintaining mental health is becoming too hard today because of the constant social media comparison. Mental health is as important as physical health because a healthy body supports a healthy mind and a healthy mind helps in the proper functioning of the body. That's all.
Almost 20% of our relationships suffer due to poor mental health between partners. Lack of understanding of each other because mental health is a major concern that we take less notice of. So, Miss Angel, are you ready to take the discussion forward?
And as nicely said by my co-participant, Mr. Aditya, okay, what I think is that mental health is just as important as physical health, but it is often ignored. More than 1 million people around the world are suffering with a mental health condition. According to the WHO, around 7,27,000 people died from suicide in 2021. And that suicide is the third leading cause of death among people aged just 15 to 29. These numbers show us that mental health is not something that we could take lightly. Moreover, I think that if we think openly about this topic, maybe we could prevent situations from becoming worse. That concludes my speech. Thank you.
7,27,000 deaths is not a number that we can ignore. 7 lakh deaths make mental health an even more major issue that we choose to ignore. So next, I would like to request Mr. Karthik to express his views.
Mental health is not just the absence of mental illness. It is our ability to manage emotions, make good decisions, and maintain healthy relationships. Just as we care for our physical health, we must care for our mental well-being too, because its struggles are often invisible. Today, one of the most worrying realities is that many young people face pressure because of academic pressure, which results in the mental illness. Social media has also added to this problem. We compare our real lives with others' perfect looking lives. We see their achievements but not their struggles, which result in the loss of confidence and self-esteem. This much from my side.
So, thank you to Ms. Vani and all my participants for their valuable thoughts. But there are some other points which I would like to add. According to me, mental health is all about how well your mind works. It is about how well you think, talk, and react to a situation. It also determines how well you handle stress. But in present era, a massive public health crisis has been taking place. According to WHO, more than 1 billion people are suffering from mental illness. Over 166 million to 293 million are youngsters aged just between 13 years to 29 years. In females, the number of mental cases are even much higher, 620 million, which is a quite higher number as compared to males, which is only just 522 million. The cases of mental health are highest in Netherlands. From every 100,000 cases, 10,000 cases are from that country only. It is followed by Australia, China, and then India. In India, you will not believe that from every 17 youngsters, one is having mental illness. So that's all from my side.
Thank you so much for your numerical data. This makes us realize that the deaths in youngsters, the mental illnesses in youngsters is not something that concerns our present, but in fact, it is something that concerns our future generations too. So, Gunjan, would you like to express your perspectives next?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Ms. Vani. So, good morning, everyone. Today, I am going to speak on our topic, mental health. So, what's mental health? Mental health is most important than our physical health. It doesn't mean we are physically fit or not. If we are not mentally fit, so there is no mean of our physical health. Many of the diseases that cause during the mental health that are panic attack, anxiety, and so on. Mostly the mental health illness is being seen in the young people in the age of 15 to 29 because they have been suffering from the lots of the pressure like academic pressure, work pressure, family pressure, and so on. That's all from my side.
That's my opinions on mental health. Mental health is not something that concerns only a few of us, while in reality, mental health is something that concerns every single one of us. Mental health is not merely the absence of mental illness, it is our ability to manage emotions, stress, work with our mind, and everything else. In today's digitally connected and fast-paced world, students are faced with unprecedented challenges regarding their careers, regarding their lifestyle, regarding what they choose to do in their daily lives, which does not only affect somebody's personal or social life, it affects somebody's mental health too. That makes us focus that mental health is not something that should be ignored. Mental health is something that concerns everyone and should be equally important to us too. That's all from my side.
Now, coming to in conclusion, let's talk about what mental well-being is. According to me, mental well-being is not an individual responsibility. So, if your friend is suffering through his stress, just talk to him without judging them. Talk to them and empathize with them. Suggest them to talk to interested adult or a professional. And take care of your mental well-being as well as you.
In conclusion, I want to say that parents should support instead of just expecting, teachers should encourage instead of criticizing, and friends should support instead of judging.
Asking for help is a sign of strength.
Students should not take academic pressure.
Instead of comparing yourself with others, focus on your own growth, make healthy habits, and talk to a trusted person whenever needed.
In today's fast-paced life, one can take small but doable steps such as talking, resting, and even reach out for proper personal support if needed, rather than powering through it just alone.
Always listen to your partner or a person who is being suffering from the mental health.
Take regular breaks so you can relax for your studies.
In conclusion of today's mental health group discussion, I would like to say that we should create a society in which understanding overcomes stigma, compassion overcomes judgment, and we build reasonable and deeply connected bonds with good mental health.
Just saw a GD, yes, and it is known as group discussion. Exactly, it is not a debate. All the participants, they share their ideas on the topic. Well, today the students were guided. Alright? It's a formal debate. Anchor was there, and the anchor and one participant was coordinating. But in the actual setting, this kind of thing will not be there, that you are getting chance. This thing happens in the NDA exams. If you go for NDA exams, so you will have this GD in which around 8 participants would be there. They will be sitting and discussing on a particular topic. So first of all, a visual is shown to them. On that visual, they have to write a story. And after writing that story, on the extemporary basis, they have to discuss. And whosoever has the leadership quality comes first. As you saw that Vani was taking the lead. But there in the actual setting, you don't know who can take the lead. So you must be pre-prepared about it. Alright? So this was just a small step to show what the GD is. Thank you.